Welcome to our first episode of Real Unsolved Crimes. This your host Ryan, and I hope you will enjoy our episodes Jack the Ripper. London, 1888. A city shrouded in smog, dimly lit by flickering gas lamps. The cobbled streets of Whitechapel are filled with whispers of fear, and the stench of death lingers in the air. A shadowy figure lurks in the darkness, his name forever etched into history as the world's most infamous unidentified serial killer, Jack the Ripper. Tonight, we unravel the mystery of the Ripper, the gruesome crimes that shook Victorian London, and the countless theories that persist to this day. Was he a madman? A doctor? A member of the aristocracy? Or someone hiding in plain sight? Join us as we step into the foggy streets of the past and chase the phantom of Whitechapel. The terror begins. It all began on the night of August 31st, 1888. The body of Mary and Polly Nichols was found on Bucks Row. Her throat had been slashed twice, nearly decapitating her. Deep gashes marred her abdomen, exposing a level of brutality beyond anything the police had seen before. London's East End was no stranger to crime, but this was different. There was no attempt to rob her, no sign of a struggle, just cold, calculated murder. And this was only the beginning. A week later, on September 8, Annie Chapman met the same fate. Her body was found in Hanbury Street, her throat cut, her abdomen mutilated, and parts of her body removed. The horror was escalating. The streets of Whitechapel, already rife with poverty and desperation, became a hunting ground for a killer unlike any other. The newspapers seized upon the gruesome details, spreading terror across London and beyond. A name was whispered in fear: Jack the Ripper. The 5 canonical victims. There were many murders in Whitechapel during this time, but 5 are considered the canonical Ripper victims. Those believed to have been killed by the same hand. Mary and Polly Nichols. August 31st, 1888, found on Bucks Row, her throat slit, her body brutalized. Annie Chapman. September 8, 1888, disemboweled, her organs removed with precision. Elizabeth Stride. September 30, 1888, a possible interruption left her with only a throat wound. Catherine Eddowes. September 30, 1888, killed the same night as Stride, her face and body grotesquely mutilated. Mary Jane Kelly. November 9, 1888, the most brutalized victim, mutilated beyond recognition in her own room. The level of savagery was shocking. The killer did not just murder, he dissected, almost surgically. This led many to believe he had medical knowledge, perhaps a surgeon, a butcher, or someone with an eerie expertise in anatomy. Letters from hell. Then, the letters arrived. The first, known as the Dear Boss letter, was sent to the Central News Agency on September 27, 1888. Written in red ink, it was signed Jack the Ripper. It taunted the police, predicting further killings and mocking their efforts to catch him. I keep on hearing the police have caught me, but they won't fix me just yet. I have laughed when they look so clever and talk about being on the right track. Then came the saucy Jackie postcard and, most chilling of all, the From Hell letter, delivered with a piece of a human kidney, allegedly from one of his victims. Were these real messages from the killer? Or cruel hoaxes from a deranged mind? The police were divided. But the fear they instilled was undeniable. The investigation. The Metropolitan Police and Scotland Yard were at a loss. Inspector Frederick Aberline led the investigation, but in an era before forensic science, the case relied on witness statements and crude detective work. Many suspects emerged: Montague John Drute, a barrister and schoolteacher who drowned himself shortly after the murders. Aaron Kosminski, a Polish barber with known mental instability. Dr. Francis Tumblety, a quack doctor with a hatred of women. Prince Albert Victor, the Queen's grandson, rumored to have been involved in a cover-up conspiracy. Yet, despite interrogations, raids, and manhunts, no one was ever charged. Jack the Ripper vanished into legend. Theories and legacy. More than a century later, the mystery endures. Modern investigations have applied DNA testing, profiling, and criminal psychology. Yet, the identity of Jack the Ripper remains elusive. Was he a doctor? A butcher? A deranged aristocrat? Or something else entirely? Theories range from plausible to outlandish, but the truth is buried in the fog of time. One thing is certain: Jack the Ripper changed crime history forever. He became the first modern serial killer, inspiring countless books, films, and documentaries. He remains a chilling reminder of how evil can lurk in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And so, the legend of Jack the Ripper endures, a phantom haunting history, a mystery unsolved. Who was he? Why did he kill? We may never know. But his dark legacy will continue to send shivers down our spines for generations to come. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the unknown. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe to Real Unsolved Crimes for more unsolved crimes, eerie crimes, and spy stories. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.